Have you ever looked at your crypto portfolio and realized that some of your absolute best assets are just sitting there, literally doing nothing? Well, today we are diving into an explainer on Flare Smart Accounts. We're going to break down exactly what this tech is and why it's a total game changer for unlocking that dormant crypto, especially if you want the layman's breakdown of why this is so incredibly innovative.
So I want you to imagine a world where your idle XRP or even your Bitcoin is actually working for you and generating yield. But here's the kicker. You never even have to move it out of your secure everyday wallet. I know, it sounds a little bit like magic, right? But what if I told you that not only is this entirely possible right now, but you also don't have to compromise your security or learn some complicated new system to pull it off?
Let's start with Section 1, the problem of dormant assets.
To put things into perspective, right now there are billions, yes, billions of dollars in highly valuable crypto assets sitting completely idle in cold wallets. Historically, if you wanted to jump into DeFi and actually earn a return on those assets, you had to jump through so many frustrating hoops. You had to navigate these clunky cross-chain bridges, figure out how to buy new gas tokens just to pay for a single transaction, and manage a bunch of new seed phrases. It was a massive security risk and honestly a total nightmare for the average user. It's just way too complex for most people to even bother with.
Which brings us to Section 2. What are Flare Smart Accounts?
At its core, a Flare Smart Account, or FSA, is this brilliant piece of tech that lets your existing wallet, like the XRP Ledger or Bitcoin wallet you already use, act as if it were a highly advanced smart contract wallet over on the Flare network. It's kind of like a universal remote. Picture yourself sitting comfortably on your XRPL couch. A Flare Smart Account is the remote that lets you control the Flare Smart TV across the room. You don't have to get up, you don't change seats, and you definitely don't need to buy a new remote. You just use what you already have to control a totally different, incredibly powerful network.
Moving on to Section 3, Revolution of User Convenience. Just think about the stark contrast here. The old way, you had to buy FLR gas tokens, create a brand new EVM wallet, and actually bridge your assets over. But the new way, you just use your existing wallet, you pay exactly 0 gas fees in new tokens, and you interact with the decentralized web with essentially one click. It completely wipes out the steepest learning curve in crypto. No new keys to secure, no need to hold FLR just to pay for transactions. This system handles the whole shebang seamlessly behind the scenes.
Now, if you peek behind the curtain, the network handles your requests in 2 distinct ways. For the really complex stuff, it uses what's called an external executor, which is basically like hiring a secure, private courier service to do the heavy lifting and save space. But for simple tasks, it uses direct instructions, which is more like just carrying the package yourself. The beauty is that this architecture flawlessly translates your simple clicks into complex operations. You don't need to understand a single line of code for it to work.
Let's look at Section 4, Earning on XRP and BTC.
So how do we actually do this? Let's walk through the incredibly streamlined process. Step 1, you just hold your XRP in the supported wallet, like Decent or Examin. Step 2, you sign a simple, standard XRPL transaction. And that's it. Step 3, the Flare Smart Account automatically mints FXRP, which is a mirror of your XRP on the Flare network, and deposits it straight into yield-generating vaults, like Monarch or EarnXRP. Actually, right now there are even active campaigns going on, like Decent's 0% platform fee event, so you're heavily incentivized to just map your account and start earning with a single click. And it gets even better with the massive F-Assets version 1.3 update coming in May 2026. This update shatters even more barriers because you'll be able to mint FXRP directly from centralized exchanges like Binance or Kraken straight to your Flare account. Literally, you just withdraw your XRP to a specific exchange address, and the system automatically routes the FXRP to your decentralized account. Talk about seamless onboarding from the biggest platforms in the world.
$200 million. That is the amount of total value locked currently securing XRP transactions on Flare. To put that into perspective, that massive number proves there is some profound institutional-grade trust in how this system is secured and over-collateralized.
And get this, 2 billion. That's the number of FLR tokens being distributed as incentives for ecosystem participants between July 2025 and July 2026. The network is literally pouring immense resources into rewarding users who just bring their assets over to Flare to earn yield.
Which leads perfectly into Section 5, Deflationary FLR Token Economy.
Under the new FIP 16 tokenomics reform, this system is designed to be highly deflationary. Here's how it works. As more users interact with Flare, they generate protocol fees. These fees are sent to a treasury unit known as FIRE. The Fire entity then systematically buys FLR tokens off the open market and permanently destroys or burns them. They've even raised data attestation fees to 20 FLR, with 90% of those fees burned. Even the value captured from background network efficiencies funds this burn. Basically, all this external activity directly drives up the scarcity of the FLR token.
Next up, Section 6, the Bridgeless future.
Looking at the roadmap ahead, we've already talked about the direct minting from centralized exchanges in May of 2026, but fast forward a bit to mid-2026, and the Firelight Phase 2 update will enable native liquid staking, meaning we'll see staked versions of XRP and Bitcoin directly at the protocol level. Then, the true game changer hits in Q3 2026, when Flare 2.0 launches and introduces protocol-managed wallets.
So, what are protocol-managed wallets, or PMWs? Well, they're basically the secret sauce of Flare 2.0. Instead of using traditional smart contracts, which we all know act like bridges and are notoriously prone to hacking, PMWs use highly secure hardware enclaves called TEEs. Think of them as impenetrable digital vaults. This allows Flare to manage assets directly on other blockchains, without those assets ever having to be wrapped in a vulnerable, centralized bridge.
Ultimately, this is the absolute core value proposition here. Bridgeless DeFi is finally here. We are looking at a secure, seamless financial web where your assets stay natively on their own chains but can still interact, move, and earn yield across DeFi protocols without relying on those vulnerable middlemen. It is, quite simply, the convenience of Web 2 combined with the trustless security of Web 3.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. With Flare expanding this revolutionary smart account technology to assets like Bitcoin and soon even Dogecoin, are we finally entering the era of truly bridgeless DeFi? Think about what this means for the crypto you're holding right now.